सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Page 241, verse 20. देहात्मज्ञानवज्ञानम् देहात्मज्ञानबाधकम् आत्मन्येव भवेद्यस्य स नेच्छन्नपि मुच्यते. Vidyaranya, answering the possible doubts of a Purvapakshi, Vidyaranya is analyzing the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad mantra Atmanam Chet Vijaniyat. One should know oneself. How one should know oneself? I am asmi iti purushaha. This inner self is my real nature. I am aham atma asmi. This self which is available here in one's own antahkaranam. I am this self. One has to recognize. When Upanishad says that, the question is here, who is knowing this aham brahmasmi? When I say I am, there are three components. Kutastha Chaitanyam is there. Chidabhasa also is there. And mixture, Kutastha Chaitanyam plus Chidabhasa mixture. Among these three, which one or who is knowing or claiming I am Kutastha Chaitanyam? For that Vidyaranya said, Kutastha Chaitanyam alone is knowing I am Kutastha Chaitanyam. I am Kutastha Chaitanyam. That knowledge is coming to Kutastha Chaitanyam alone with the help of Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa cannot claim I am Kutastha Chaitanyam. Pure Kutastha Chaitanyam cannot claim, but Chidabhasa Sahita Kutastha Chaitanyam claims I am Kutastha Chaitanyam. Then he asked a further question. This I am word Upanishad is using. I am means this. I am Sanskrit word. That means this is the meaning. This means what? Very proximate, very close. This proximate, close, it indicates direct, aparoksham. I am asmi iti. I am atma, aham asmi iti. The Kutastham Brahma is not available for experience. If it is far, this is direct knowledge, far in the sense near. This is direct knowledge, pratyaksha jnanam or aparoksha jnanam. If it is not perceptible, an object which is far away, remote, that is called paroksha jnanam. Chambarapakam is paroksha jnanam for us, because we do not know what is Chambarapakam, where is it. Paroksha jnanam, we have got the knowledge of Chambarapakam, water released from Chambarapakam. Paroksha jnanam. Therefore, that knowledge which we are not able to perceive, not perceptible, is called paroksha jnanam. Ashtnaha param. Not visible through our eyes. Through these eyes you cannot perceive. Paroksha jnana. This is perceptible, close, proximate, intimate. Therefore, this I am is aparoksha jnanam, pratyaksha jnanam. For all of us, this pushpam is, roja flower is very proximate, perceptible, ashnaha, not param, but it is very, very available, perceptible. Therefore, aparoksha jnana. Ayam. Ayam is direct knowledge, aparoksha jnana. Clear? Whereas the Kutastham Brahma, what you are talking, it is neither like Chambarapakam nor Roja flower. It is neither Paroksha Jnanam, it is not an object of a remote object, nor it is a direct perceptible object nearby, intimate, like any other object. Because that Brahman is not available for Paroksha Jnanam or Aparoksha Jnanam also. This is the question asked by Purvapakshi. Therefore, Kutastha Jnanam is a myth. It is not possible. For that, Vidyaranya gives an example in this 20th sloka. Dehavat Dehatma Jnanavat Jnanam. Just as an ignorant person is having Dehatma Jnanam, I am this body knowledge. Normal people in the world, they take this body as themselves. Regarding that, they have no any doubt, any vagueness. Dehatmavat Jnanam, just like that, without any doubt, without any vagueness, how people take themselves, this body as themselves, that much clear. Atmani, second line you see, Atmani yasya dehatma jnana badhakam bhavet. Just as for an ignorant person, dehameva atma iti jnanam bhavati, tadvat dehatma jnana badhakam bhavati chet. This dehatma is not, deha is not atma, kutastha chaitanyam. Badhakam means what? Negated. When this dehatma jnana badhakam, when it is possible, atmani eva, pratyagatmani eva bhavet, in one's own mind. Pratyagatman means in one's own antahkaranam. Pratyagatmani eva, atmani eva means pratyagatmani eva, regarding oneself, in oneself. What in oneself, what knowledge should come? Dehatma jnana badhakam. Previously, before I am coming to Panchadashi class, Upanishad, other Gita classes, when I was not attending, I had Dehatma jnanam. Now that Dehatma jnanam badhakam bhavet yasya. Badhakam means negated, eliminated. By whom? Atmani, in one's own antakaranam, pratyagatmani, in oneself. When that knowledge is removed. That knowledge is removed. Which knowledge? Wrong knowledge, erroneous perception. Dehatma jnanam is an erroneous perception. Now it is badhakam. After studying Shastra, now it is badhakam. When it is happening, saha icchannapi na icchannapi muchyate. Even that person don't want to get moksha, he will get, or she will get. If this knowledge takes place, that person moksha na icchannapi. Even though that person is not desirous of moksha, he will be liberated. Muchyate, he will be liberated. Once you open your eyes, I show this flower, you get flower knowledge or not? No, Swami, I don't want to get flower knowledge. It is not in your hands. Once you operate your pramanam, operate means once you make your I pramanam as a function, it starts functioning, knowledge takes place, you cannot stop that knowledge. Once you keep this flower near your nose, the smell comes. Nose is the pramanam. I have started that functioning of the nose pramanam. Once I keep the flower near my nose, that smell comes. Flower smell knowledge takes place. Can I avoid that knowledge? Is it possible? Can you avoid this is a flower knowledge? I don't want to get flower knowledge. It's not possible because you have opened your eyes. You have seen the flower. The knowledge will take place if you don't like also. Yes or no? Similarly, when you come to Panchadashi class, you are operating the pramanam. This is called pramanam. When you sit in front of your teacher, Vedantic teacher is opening the pramanam, Shastra pramanam. And you are using your buddhi, mind, antakaranam and listening, and you are recognizing aham brahma asmi, it happens. Even you don't want moksha, it happens. Liberation happens. If the teacher teaches properly, if the student listens properly, knowledge takes place. You cannot avoid knowledge. That's why Jnana Tantram. This is karma, always kartru tantram. Karma, action is always depending upon karta. Whether to do or not to do. Whether to take this flower to my hand or not, I decide. Kartru tantram. The doer, in doer's hand it is. Karma, kartru tantram. Jnanam is not in your hands like that. Jnanam is vastu tantram. Jnanam depends on that vastu. Once you open your eyes, the pramanam, it depends on the vastu, you get the knowledge. That's all. Have no argument. That's what he says. Sahana icchannapi muchyate. Even though you are not interested, suppose, if anyone says, I don't want to moksha, just I come to sit in the class and I want to just listen. You listen, you are liberated. You will be liberated. Not immediately, but slowly you are liberated. That is Jnanam Vastu Tantram. What is this Vastu here? Brahman. You are the pure consciousness, awareness, self-evident. How can you escape from yourself? You can escape from anything else, but you cannot escape from yourself. Up to here, we saw in the last class. Now, he is going to enter another presentation. How this Kutastha Jnanam takes place in Purvapakshi. There is a imaginary Purvapakshi. Imagining the Purvapakshi and Vidyaranya answering. Next, 21 sloka, page 242. Ayamitya parokshatvam Uchyate chetadutyatam Swayam prakasha chaitanyam Aparoksham sadayatah. Possible imaginary doubt is this. I am is this. I am means this. Atma, the Kutastha Chaitanyam, I cannot experience like this. You said I am means this. This word I can refer to this clip, this flower, this mic, this light, this fan, this clock, this I can say. But Kutastha Chaitanyam happens to be myself, you are telling, Pratyagatmani. But I am not experiencing this Kutastha Chaitanyam as this aparokshataya. Then Vidyaranya says, Iti chet, if you have that objection, I am is aparoksham, direct. Still you have doubts? This Kutastha Chaitanyam is not like this rose flower, like clip or any object in front. He is taking, Purvapakshi taking I am in front of, the object is in front of. Now this flower is in front of us, fan is in front of us. What Purvapakshi committing a mistake? This means the object in front of me. That is what way he is taking. Vidyaranya says, you should not take I am as an object in front of you. With regard to Kutastha Chaitanyam, don't take I am as an object in front of you. Like other objects you take. You are considering Pratyaksham, Aparoksham means in front of you object. Kutastham is not in front of you, that is you. It is not a knowledge about an object. It is the subjective knowledge. It is you yourself. That is why Guru said, Tat Tvamasi. You are. It is not like an proximate, intimate object. Who? Kutastha Chaitanyam is not an aparoksham object, intimate, proximate to you like any object. It happens to be the subject, you yourself. That is why ever evident. This may not be ever evident. Sometimes it will be there in front, sometimes it disappears. But I, the Kutastha Chaitanyam, am ever available. That's what he says here. Iti chet, I am aparoksham. This I am is aparoksham. Kutastha Chaitanyam is not aparoksham. It is not available, proximate or intimate. For that, Vidyaranya says, it is the subject to you. Iti chet, if you have this objection, my dear student manasakulada varum idellame. My dear student, iti chet uchyatam. Let that Brihadaranyaka Upanishads use that expression. He objects how that Upanishad can use the word Ayam Atma iti Purushaha. This Atma, Ayam. This Atma, Ayam Atma, this Atma, Vijaniyat. This Atma, Vijaniyat. Idenna flower clippa, this Atma. What is this Atma? Upanishad is using. I don't want take that Upanishadic statement. It is not right. Her Vidyaranya says, let it, that expression be used by Upanishad. Why you are so annoyed? Why you are so annoyed? Let that expression be used by Upanishad. Because Upanishad use, the reason is, iti chet uchyatam. Uchyatam means, let that expression be used by Upanishad. Because Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam Aparoksham Yataha. Because Upanishad use this statement because Aparokshataya Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam Sada Aparoksham. Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam, the Kutastha Chaitanyam, Swayam Prakasha. Self-evident. It is always evident, all the time, sada, all the time. Yasyaiva spuranam sadatmakamasat kalparthakam bhasate. All the time it is available. I am that. Kutastha Chaitanyam sada aparoksham. As subject, not as an intimate object. As a subject is always available. Swayam Prakasham. It need not be revealed by anything. It is self-luminous. Swayam Prakasham means what? Without depending upon anything, Now this flower is depending upon me for its revelation. Flower cannot reveal itself. It is an inert object. Similarly, pot cannot reveal itself. Pot cannot say, I am there, here, in this class. Flower cannot say, I am here. They are not self-luminous because they are inert. But I, the individual, am not inert. Like pot and flower, they are depending upon me for their revelation. Pot is depending upon me for its revelation. But I am depending upon whom for my presence, for my existence. Am I there or not? My Shishya has to reveal my presence, my existence, and I have to reveal my Shishya's existence. Shishya is sentient consciousness principle. Student knows that he is or she is sitting in the class. Guru knows that I am here, I am self-evident. I need not depend upon for my revelation. I am self-evident. Swayam Prakasham. Therefore, wife never asked husband, my dear husband, am I there or not? Please tell me. Husband never inquired his wife, my dear honey, am I there or not? Tell me now. No human being need any other entity to reveal itself. Because every person is self-revealed. That is called Swayam Prakasham. How is it called? Chaitanyam. Chaitanya means consciousness. I am consciousness. I am conscious of my presence here. Without anyone's support or help, I can reveal myself, my existence. All of you are having that knowledge now or not? Now you are Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam or not? Are you conscious of your existence in the chair or carpet you are sitting? Where? Are you conscious of? Are you aware of? That means you are Chaitanya Swarupam. That you are conscious of is for you is self-evident or dependently evident? Are you depending upon someone for your knowledge? No. You are self-conscious. That is called consciousness. Therefore, Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam, is it direct or indirect? Aparoksham. Direct. When in the class alone, Swamini, if I go outside, I forget myself. You forget anything, any blessed thing in the world except yourself. You can never forget yourself. In sleep, I forget myself. You forget because the sense organs are not available as though forgotten. They are not totally you have forgotten. Your forgetfulness is in potential form. You are not totally forgotten. Clear? Enough? So clear for all of you. I know that. Now next shloka. So Vidyaranya says it is directly available, continuously experienced as the subject. Aparoksham sada. Who is this Chaitanyam? I myself. I am Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam Kutastha Chaitanyam. Try to claim. This is the only opportunity. When can you claim otherwise? This is the only opportunity in the class you claim. Yes, I am Kutastha Chaitanyam. Don't listen to that Kutastha Chaitanya as a second object, second entity. Never listen like that. Listen as that Kutastha Chaitanyam, I the subject, I am alone. Now, this person, possible imaginary doubt answer. This person says, question we have to imagine now. Then that sloka, next sloka is relevant. Let us read first the sloka. 22. Paroksham aparoksham cha jnanam ajnanam ityadaha nitya paroksha rupepi dvayam syad dashame yatha. This shloka is an answer for possible doubt. What is that possible imaginary doubt? Now Vidyaranya said sada, all the time, swayam prakasha chaitanyam aparoksham. All the time this kutastha chaitanyam is evident. That means in no time, at any time, I am not having ignorance of kutastha chaitanyam. That is the meaning. He used the word sada. Sada kutastha chaitanyam aparoksham. All the time this kutastha chaitanyam is directly evident. Now, this Paramananda Sishya, thinking that he is intelligent and asking, you are telling, hey Vidyaranya, this kutastha chaitanyam swayam prakasham sada aparoksham you are telling. Now, where is the possibility of ignorance of kutastha chaitanyam? When it is directly all the time it is available. Kutastha chaitanyam ajnanam is a myth. There is no question of ajnanam of kutastha chaitanyam. Why? Sada aparoksham. All the time directly, that too swayam prakasham, self-evident. Is it possible an ignorance about something which is always available, that too directly? You have to understand this question. Then only other 5 slokas are relevant for you. Now, Purvapakshi's argument is, Kutastha chaitanyam ajnanam is impossible. Number 1. His argument, number 1 is, Kutastha chaitanyam ajnanam is impossible. Ignorance about Kutastha chaitanyam is not possible. Because you said sada swayam prakasha chaitanyam aparoksham. Evident directly all the time. So ajnanam is not possible. Number 2, when ajnanam is not there, kutastha chaitanya ajnanam, where is the question of jnanam? Kutastha chaitanya jnanam vijaniyat Upanishad says. Upanishad is asking, one should know oneself. It is telling why. Ignorance is there only, one has to know. Since it is aparoksham all the time, therefore there is no question of jnanam also. Kutastha chaitanya jnanam is not possible. Why? There is no ajnanam. There is no ajnanam of kutastha, number 1. Therefore there is no question of attaining kutastha chaitanya jnanam. Why? Not required. Why? It is available all the time. This is the second argument. Third argument, he says, same person, either jnanam, ajnanam, paroksham or aparoksham. Paroksha ajnanam is there, then you have to get paroksha jnanam. There is no question. Paroksha, first pair is jnanam, is an ajnanam pair. Second pair is paroksha jnanam, aparoksha jnanam. First of all, sada available. Where is the question of paroksha jnanam, indirect knowledge? Where is the question of direct knowledge? First ajnanam, jnanam, one pair. Then indirect, direct. There is no ajnanam at all. Therefore, there is no question of jnanam also. Where is the question of paroksham and aparoksham? Aparoksham and paroksham words are also meaningless. Because Vidyaranya used aparoksham, direct. Aparoksham, direct knowledge when it is possible. It is not indirect, it is direct. Isn't it? To avoid indirect, we are using direct. Indirect opposite, direct. Atma Kutastha Chaitanyam is directly evident. So indirect is irrelevant, paroksha jnana is irrelevant. As jnanam is irrelevant because there is no ajnanam. Since ajnanam is not there, there is no need of jnanam. Since jnanam is not required, there is no question of paroksham or aparoksham. How intelligent he is. Avanu purinjikradike namak konja intelligence venum. Okay. To understand that person, we require some intelligence. You will get those points when you look into the shloka. Paroksham aparokshancha. This is first pair. Okay, paroksha jnanam, aparoksha jnanam. Paroksha means indirect knowledge. Aparoksha means direct knowledge. Jnanam, ajnanam. This is first pair. Jnanam, ajnanam, first pair. Aparoksham, paroksham, second pair. Jnanam, ajnanam, iti adaha. Because this question is, if Kutastha Chaitanyam is ever experienced, you can never talk about the ignorance of Kutastha Chaitanyam. Therefore, parokshancha aparokshancha jnanam ajnanam iti adaha. Why? Nitya aparoksha rupe api atmani dvayam syat. Vidyaranya says, my dear student, these four are possible. Four are possible means what? First pair is also possible. Second pair is also possible. That's why he puts dvayam. Dvayam means ajnanam is also possible. Jnanam is also possible. Paroksha jnanam is also possible. Aparoksha jnanam is also possible. The four I put into two pair. Isn't it? Ajnanam and jnanam, one pair. Paroksha jnanam and aparoksha jnanam, another pair. Dvayam. For our understanding's sake, I made it four. Ajnanam, jnanam, paroksha jnanam, aparoksha jnanam. All these four are possible. First he gives the drishtanta. Let us understand in drishtanta, dashame. Dashame means a 10th man. 10th man story. Dashame yatha. Just as in the 10th man story, these four are possible. Like that, Kutastha Chaitanya also, Darshtante also, it is possible. Still you have doubt. Let me clarify in example first. How this is possible, I clarify through the example, then I go to Darshtanta. From this shloka onwards, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, he is giving this Dashama Drishtanta. From 28 onwards, he goes to Darshtanta. Now let us understand. This 10th man story is a very popular classical story in Vedanta. What is that story? Now, Nitya aparoksha rupe atmani api dvayam syat. Dvayam means what? Paroksha jnanam, aparoksha jnanam. Jnanam, ajnanam. Ajnanam, jnanam. Both are possible. Dashame yatha. Just as in the 10th man story, they are all possible. In this Kutastha Chaitanyam also possible. Now, 7 stages he is showing. Seven stages. The whole process, this ajnanam, jnanam, jnana phalam. Upanishad says what? Atmanam chet vijaniyat ayamasmiti purushaha. Tatra ko mohak kashokaha. Ajnanam is there. Jnanam destroys ajnanam. Then jnana phalam, shoka nivritti, sukha prapti. So these are the 3 steps. Ajnanam, Jnanam, Phalam. Isn't it? Now these 3 steps, Vidyaranya subdivide into 7 steps. What are those 7 steps? Each is sloka, one step, and 2-3 steps. He presents 7 steps in these slokas. The 10th man story is this. The Guru want to go to a function, some sadhas somewhere, some yaga, somewhere. He went to Kashi. Before he is going to Kashi, he told his disciples, Paramanandaya Sishyas, 10 students are there. He has got 10 students. He told them, all of you come later. At the last day function, you all come. Now itself is not required to come. Therefore, you come later. Then the students are all ready, eagerly waiting to go there. And in middle, after 1 month, this, like rainy season in Chennai, 1 month rains, full rains, all rivers are flooded, flowing all over, water, everywhere water. And these 10 students started going to Kashi. Our teacher asked us, all of us, to come there somehow. We have to go. We should not miss the program. Let us start. All 10 of them started, and they were traveling. While they are traveling, they have to cross a river. Because it is too much water, heavy flow, with so much of difficulty, somehow they have crossed. Like we have crossed our problems from the rainy season, they also have crossed. After crossing, now one intelligent student, let me count better, because I am the representative, I am responsible, I have to tell my guru, all of us have come. Attendance, always Shishya is their job, attendance. Everyone has come or not, I have to inform my teacher. Therefore, after crossing, one student standing and asked all other students, all of you stand in line. They all stood in line. Then this person starting counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What about the 10th man? Oh, Pavam, he drowned in the river. The river has, he has been swept away by the river. He thought, because I have not seen 10th man. Therefore, he comes to conclusion, 10th man is not there, because I have not seen 10th man. That means 10th man might have drowned in the waters. River has been swept away, this person. And he started crying. Not only crying, how I give answer to my guru. Then he asked other student also, you come and count. Second, another student came and he also started counting. Now, without counting himself, he started counting 9. Yes, 10th man died. 10th man died. Then, this person, what he did, he is hitting his head to the tree, and he has got a bump and crying. All this happened. One guru came at that side. What happens? He is telling that story, picturizing the story. Now you imagine the whole picture, okay? Now let us read 23, first stage. 7 stages, first stage, Ajnanam. What Ajnanam? Dashama Ajnanam. 10th man, ignorance. Navasankhyahrita jnanaham. Dashamo vibhramattada. Naveti dashamosmiti. Vikshamaanopi tannavam. Very simple slokas. Navasankhyahrita jnanaha. This 10th man, counting all the 9 students, Ahritaha means he became extroverted. He is so busy in counting 1, 2, 3, 4. He is so much extroverted, and he is Ahritaha means what? Taken away by, carried away by. He is busy in counting. Navasankhyahrita jnanaha. He is jnanaha. He is having knowledge about what? 9 students. He is having knowledge. Dashamaha vibhramat. 10th man, he is missing. Vibhramat. Because of vibhrama, delusion, because of his extrovertedness, he has forgotten that. That is why whenever we go to camp and all, we take in the bus, in between to see the so many places. I ask one student, count always when you are sitting in the bus, before starting, you count. After getting down, again they go to see this place, that place and all. Again they come into the bus. Again I tell them to count all of them. So sometimes they happen, Swami, one student lesson. Then I ask, have you counted yourself? Yes, Swami, myself, everyone is there. This has happened, no? Naturally it happens. So like that, Dashamaha Vibhrama Tada. He has forgotten I am the 10th man. Because he is busy in counting 9 students. Then what he says? Dashamaha na vetti. Asmi iti dashamaha na vetti. I am the 10th man. This 10th man does not know. Dashamaha asmi. I am the 10th man, the counting person. I am the 10th man. Na vetti. He do not know that. He is counting all 9 students, but he do not know that I am the 10th man. And thinking that Ajnanam. This is called Ajnanam. Isn't it? First stage. Na vetti means he do not know. That means that is called Ajnanam. Stage number 1. Ignorance is there or not now? Ignorance is possible or not? Possible. Vetti. When Ikshamani api Tannava. The one who is seeing all 9 students. Tannava, all the 9 students. Vikshamani api. I am seeing all the 9 students. How can I miss myself? The 10th man. Can I miss myself? He has missed. Possible. Ajnanam possible or not? 10th man, ignorance is there or not now? Is there. In spite of 10th man is available. As subject or object? Subject. How, being a 10th man as a subject, how he has got the ignorance of the 10th man? Possible. Ajnanam is possible. Dashame yatha. 10th man story like number 1, stage number 1. Now stage number 2. Ajnanam leads to avaranam, veiling. Nabhati nasti ti dashamaha. Nasti dashamaha iti swam dashamam tada. Iti swam dashamam tada. Matva vakti tadajnanam. Kritamavaranam viduhu. Ajnanam, ignorance, will not stop with itself. It leads to veiling, covering. Avarana. Second stage is called avarana. Since I do not know that I am 10th man, further he expressed the word 10th man is not there because I am not seeing him. I have not seen him. Now bhakti, since I have not seen him, therefore he is not there. Now bhakti means, since I have not seen him, who says the 10th man? 10th man says, 10th man is not seen by me. I have not seen him. Then what statement next? Therefore, he is not there. 10th man is not there. This is his conclusion. You put in within inverted commas. Na bhati, na asti. Dashamaha. Within inverted commas. This is the statement done by the 10th man. 10th man, I have not seen him, therefore he is not there. Iti. Swam dashamam tada, because of this ignorance. Previously, 10th man ignorance he has got. Tada means because of that ignorance. Swayam dashamam. Being himself being a 10th man, Swayam dashamam, himself being a 10th man, he says what? 10th man I have not seen, therefore he is not there. That means what? Veiling. That's why Matva Vakti. Matva means what? Considering that I have not seen 10th man, therefore 10th man is not there. Matva Vakti. That word he express. Full stop. Then, Tat Jnanakritam Avaranam Viduhu. May you understand. Vidyaranya says, Viduhu. Wise people say this way, whatever that veiling power or covering is happening is because of Ajnana Kritam. Kritam means Karyam. It is a product of Ajnanam. Ignorance, born out of ignorance. So Ajnana leads to what? Avaranam. Avarana is the child of Ajnana father. Okay, stage number 2. Now, stage number 3. Avarana leads to Vikshepa. Nadyam mamara dashamaham iti shochan prarodhiti Ajnana krita vikshepam Rodanadim vidurbudhah. After this veiling or covering because of Ajnanam, the statement he did, I have not seen 10th man, therefore 10th man is not there. 10th man is covered, means veiled. I have not seen him. This is because of ignorance. Later, what is the consequence? Once he missed the 10th man, he started crying. Vikshepa. He started hitting his head to the tree. And he is planning to do karma for him. To reach Kasi, it takes a lot of so much time. Not nowadays like that. You sit in the flight, you land in the Delhi, and Delhi to Kasi is easy. But those days they were used to walk miles together. So by that time, 13th day also will come. This 10th man is thinking about Tarpanam. And the 3 days konvaad pannanam, 10th day pannanam, 13th day pannanam. Until I reach my Guru and give this message, I have to do certain karmas, I have to inform to his parents also. So many things he is thinking. All this called Vikshepa. And he has got some pain also because of bump. And he is touching, bumping 10th man, 10th man, 10th man, worrying. Not only one person is crying, all of them are crying together. Because like in school, one boy goes to bathroom. Everyone starts going in UKG, LKG class and all. And one boy, one child cries, all of them will cry. Like this, one 10th man is started crying and all others 9 are also sitting together and crying together. That is what happening. That is called Vikshepa. Nadyam mamara dashamaham. This Dashamaha Nabhati Na Asti. After that, next statement he does is Dashamaha Nadyam Mamara. This Dashama died in the river. The 10th man died in the river. 10th man died in the river. Once death happens, what to do next? What to do next? Searching for the body. At least body is available. Otherwise, what karma we have to do? All these things. This is the within quotation. Dashamaha nadyam mamara. This 10th man died in the river. Iti. Thus, having made this statement because of Vikshepa, sochati, sochan praroditi. With that sorrow, he started crying loudly. Loudly crying. Just as any death happens, how people cry, lot of crying. Ajnanakrita vikshepam rodanadim vidurbudhaha. This rodana, crying, Weeping, lamenting is because of avarana. Avarana is because of ajnanam. So ajnanam's grandchild. Ajnanam's grandchild is vikshepaha. Child is avarana. Avarana leads to vikshepaha. Ajnana krita vikshepam. This vikshepa, this rodanadi, adi padat, all other things, what I said, crying, shouting, hitting, all those things, adim, vidur buddhaha, wise people recognize this is vikshepa. It is the karyam of ignorance. Ajnanam is the main culprit. Ignorance of 10th man is the cause for this cry. Why he has to cry? Is it necessary? Himself being a 10th man, is it necessary to cry? But he is crying? Possible? It is possible or not? So, ajnanam is possible. Ajnana krita avarana is possible. Avarana krita or ajnana avarana sahita vikshepa also possible. Then what? This is the third stage. Okay? Vikshepa. Then fourth stage is paroksha jnana. Namruto dashamostiti Shrutvaptavachanam tada Parokshatvena dashamam Veti swargadilokavat Namritaha Dashamaha. 10th man is not died. One person walking on the way, he saw all these 10 students struggling, counting wrongly and crying. All this he saw. Then from there itself he is telling what mistake they are doing. 10th man is not died, he said. And all of them looked at him. 10th man is not died. That means what? Indirect knowledge. Apta vachanam, well-wisher. Well-wisher, one traveler on the road came and one Mahatma, one Swami has come and saw this Paramananda Sishyas and says, my dear, 10th man is not died. Now start counting. I will tell you how to count. Now come on, ask you all of them to stand. He asked them, all of them to stand. Now he asked this person, start counting. Count from yourself first. Don't count from there. You count first yourself. 1, then start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th man available. 10th man available. Who is the 10th man? This is paroksha jnana. 10th man is available. No, he got only paroksha jnana, indirect knowledge. What is that? See, namrutaha dashamaha. Namrutaha means he is not died, he is there. Dashamaha asti, he is there. Iti, within inverted commas. Apta vachanam shrutva. Just he said from there, 10th man is there, he is not died. He has not yet started counting. 10th man is not died, 10th man is there. He said, that is called paroksha jnana. Oh, 10th man is there. It is indirect knowledge. He do not know where is the 10th man. Just he said 10th man is there, he is not died. He got indirect knowledge now. Now he has to know who is the 10th man, where is the 10th man. He has to know. So this 10th man, he is there, he is not died, is an indirect knowledge. It is possible or not? Just like Swargadivat. Swargadivat means here, just as we people trust in the words of the priest. People, elders, Mahatmas say, don't do papam. If you do papam, you will go to Narakam. Do punyam, you will go to Swarga. Have you seen Swarga? But we are having trust in their words or not? What Shastra says, do punya karyams, do good actions, good and noble actions. If you perform, you go to Swarga. Is it Paroksha Jnanam or not? Paroksha Jnanam. Because we have not seen Swarga, but we have Shraddha on the words of Mahatmas, on Shruti. We have trust on them. So therefore we do good actions, punya karmas, to go to Swarga. Even though we have not seen Swarga, we trust in them. Apta vachane Shraddha. Asti va nava? Asti. Like that, Paroksha Jnanena Dashamam Veti. He knows the 10th man indirectly. Because he has got Shraddha. Because we are all crying already. Someone has come here and telling 10th man is there. That Shraddha is there. Okay, 10th man is there, 10th man is there. They are accepting. Still they are not yet, they have not yet seen the 10th man. 10th man engo irukku. Maybe because of his mantra, he will bring the 10th man from the river. That's what they are thinking. Now he is going to give. This is called Paroksha Jnanam, stage number 4. Okay. Now, Tvameva Dashamostiti Ganayitva Pradarshitaha Aparokshataya Gnatva Khrisyatyeva Naroditi. Tvameva Dashamaha Asi Iti. It is in inverted commas again. Having given the Paroksha Jnanam, indirect knowledge, now that Apta Purushaha comes closer. After coming closer, he says, the 10th man, you are the 10th man. No Aparoksha Jnanam. When he said from far, it is indirect knowledge. Now he has come, says, that 10th man you are. Tvamasi. Dashamaha Tvameva Asi. You are the 10th man. Ganayitva Pradarshitaha. Ganayitva, he has that Apta Purushaha counted 9 after counting 9, he counted this 10th man. You are the 10th man. He asked another person also, come and count from you. You are the 10th man. Count all of them, you are the 10th man. 10th man is not missing anywhere. 10th man is there. Everyone knows 10th man is available. Tvamasi, you are the 10th man. Aparokshataya Gnatva. I am the 10th man. I am the 10th man. Because this Paramananda Sisha asked everyone to come and count. Everyone excluding himself and counting everyone. Now everyone he calls and starting counting, everyone is a 10th man. Yes or no? Whoever is having is a 10th man. Ajnanam is a 10th man. So this person also counts, yes, I am the 10th man. Count after that, 10th man. Count all of you, come one by one, 10th man. Amma, all of us intact, 10, 10, 10, we are all 10 only. Aparokshataya Gnatva. This is the, what stage? 5th stage. Aparoksha Jnanam, 5th stage. Then 6th and 7th stage is Hrishyati eva na roditi. Dukkha nivrittihi na roditi. Hrishyati, santosha. Sukha prapti. Dukkha nivritti is the 6th stage. Sukha prapti is the 7th stage. Now what are 7 stages totally? Ajnanam, stage number 1. Avaranam, stage number 2. Vikshepa, stage number 3. Paroksha Jnanam, stage number 4. Aparoksha Jnanam, stage number 5. Sukha Prapti, Dukkha Nivritti, stage number 6. Sukha Prapti, stage number 7. Possible or not? Possible. In Kotastha also possible. All these 7 stages are possible. How? I will tell you in the next class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।